This YCN segment is brought to you by M.J. Harrington and Company, jewelers and designers since 1948.
Welcome back, YCN Sports Talk. Jeremy Stout, Brett Franklin in studio today, and we move over to baseball as the Red Sox start their season on Thursday night in Seattle, and a little work in the offseason, re-signing Chris Sale, 5 years, $150 million deal, and it's an extension, so he still got his cheap deal this year, so he'll be here for another 5 years on top of that. And Brett, we were talking on your show yesterday. Do you like the deal overall? Before it's in the context of who else they sign or who they don't sign, just in general, this deal, do you like it?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, this is a guy that needed to be rewarded and needed to be shown a contract that Boston wants him, and I know a lot of people worried about his motion, worried about his health, but I mean, really at any point, any pitcher can have an injury and could be done. So you got to go with what you know. And this guy's a gamer. He was huge in your postseason run last year, and now you have 4 of your 5 starting pitchers locked up here long term. I mean, you've got Chris Sale, Eovaldi, Price, Erod. They're all locked up at least till 2021. So you got to feel good in that sense. And I think the Red Sox, they have realized the error of their old ways. We talked about John Lester and how they let him walk. While in the grand scheme of things, it may not have been as big at the time, because the Red Sox did end up winning 2 World Series after. But it just goes to show you need that consistent, sturdy leadership, which Chris Sale brings. Everybody was worried about him cutting up uniforms in the locker room. I think he has come into his own here in Boston. He wants to be here. He wants to pitch at Fenway, and those are the guys you want here in town. And
now, as you mentioned, that other pitcher, Rick Porcello, who's not signed, he's going to be a free agent. They've got a lot of guys coming up. Xander Bogaerts, obviously, in a couple of years. Betts, and they just got a lot of key free agents. And that's what happens when you have such a good team. You're going to have these free agents. How do they approach that in the next few years? Do you kind of just go, hey, this guy's a free agent, we're going to sign him? Or do you go, we want to sign X guy no matter when he's up?
Yeah, I think Dave Dombrowski's got his work cut out for him, right? I mean, the ultimate planning is for Mookie Betts, and he's up in 3 years.
Right.
And he's going to command a ton of money unless something, unforeseen happens. So that's going to be the tough thing. And we talked about it yesterday. Xander Bogaerts, a guy that has been very consistent playing at shortstop as far as giving you games. I think he has, since his rookie year, he's the only, he's played I think 136 was the least amount of games he's played.
Yeah, he's consistent.
He's been in the lineup. And again, they haven't had a consistent shortstop since Nomar, going back to 15 years ago. Right. So, and then you got to continue to look at it from there. But I think they're taking it at the moment that it is.
Right.
And I think Mookie's going to command a lot of money, and you got to try and preserve for that. But I just think you have to plan for the now, and you can't worry about 2-3 years down the road. That's what I liked about this Red Sox team last year. I think we talked about, you're in win now mode.
Right.
Do whatever you have to do to win now. They did it. Now you go season by season. I think Mookie eventually moves on when that time comes. So if that's the case, and that's the feeling that you're going to get from the Red Sox front office, get everybody else up, because, listen, I'd rather have 6 really good role players than a one guy, 10-year, $500 million
And you might not even get him, like you said. So as they say, a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush, so maybe they can keep that. Now, quickly, we're going to break down the playoffs and all that later in our Salt Hill Pub Picks of the Week, but just in this season potential, the bullpen, how does that shape up? Are you confident in Barnes? Obviously, Thornburg, he's still a question. And can the offense repeat performance from last year?
Yes on all 3.
All right.
I think the Red Sox bullpen, there's question marks. We had these same question marks going into the playoffs last year. Things tended to sort itself out. We looked at the numbers earlier today on the show for the bullpen for the guys that are coming. I mean, they're really not that bad. Heath Henry wasn't that bad. Brandon Workman was not that bad. Matt Barnes was not that bad. I just think those guys haven't had the consistent roles that they need to succeed. I think Barnes can be a 7th, 8th inning guy. I think he can close as well. You look at this offense. how could you not? You got the MVP back. You've got JD Martinez back. I think Rafael Devers has a better season this year. I'm bullish on the Red Sox this season. I think this is a team that will contend again for the pennant. I think will give a serious push of possibly repeating.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Their offense, I think, is able to repeat. Maybe not the exact record-breaking levels, but pretty high level. I mean, this offense was really good. And you're right, they didn't lose any pieces. The starting rotation, they're back. They're going to be all in one piece. And then your bullpen, like you said, you'll figure it out as the season goes along. And if they need to make a trade, they can make a trade. You know, I agree with you. I'm excited for the season to start, and we'll be making our picks next on the Salt Hill Pub Picks of the Week. We'll take our final break. You're watching YCN Sports Talk.